I am presenting for Psych 817 on what is a discriminative stimulus. A discriminative stimulus is also known as an SD, and according to Cooper et al., a discriminative stimulus is a stimulus in the presence of which a given behavior has been reinforced and in the absence of which that behavior has not been reinforced. As a result of this history, an SD evokes operant behavior because its presence signals the availability of reinforcement. Let's make this simpler. An SD is a signal that reinforcement is available. Are you still feeling confused? Don't worry, maybe my dogs can help demonstrate this concept more clearly. So here's an example that happens right when I get home. When I walk up to my front door, the sound of me typing in the keypad is a discriminative stimulus signaling the availability of reinforcement in the form of attention to my dogs. Another discriminative stimulus is the squeaking of my dog's pig toy. The sound signals to him the availability of reinforcement in the form of access to the toy.
Sit.
And in this example, the SD is my command sit, signaling that the bone is available.
Here you go. Good girl.
Your turn. For the next example, identify the SD, and if there's more than one, what's the reinforcer being earned?
Ready, little dog? Shake. Shake. Good boy. Now you get a bone.
You got it. There were two obvious SDs. One was my open palm, and the other was the command shake. The reinforcer was the bone. In order to better understand the concept of a discriminative stimulus, let's talk about some non-examples. A stimulus delta is a great non-example that is actually the opposite of a discriminative stimulus. According to Miltenberger, any antecedent stimulus that is present when the behavior is not reinforced is called a stimulus delta. Where an SD signals that reinforcement is available, an S delta signals that reinforcement is not available. When given the SD touch the blueberry, I will only contact reinforcement if I touch the blueberry. If I touch the baguette, that will function as an S delta. I will not receive reinforcement for that action. Another non-example that is commonly confused with a discriminative stimulus is an establishing operation. While both are antecedents that evoke behavior, they have some key differences. As previously established, a discriminative stimulus signals the availability of a reinforcer, whereas an establishing operation increases the value of a reinforcer. Here I have a picture of a person kind of bent over, their stomach is growling, they're thinking about food, and they haven't eaten in multiple hours. This is an establishing operation, their hunger and their lack of food for a couple hours. Whereas on the other side, you'll see a discriminative stimulus of seeing the golden arches of McDonald's is a signal showing that McDonald's is an available source of reinforcement in the form of food. And to add to this, there's an additional discriminative stimulus of a "We're open" sign that is illuminated and on, which signals that we can access this food. Understanding the role of an SD is a critical concept in the field of ABA. I hope this video brings some clarity to this concept.